Hey, I'm just holding Sammy here in my jumper. He's kind of gone really downhill over the past few days, and I don't know how much longer we have with him. I've just been thinking about what to do, and everyone has an opinion. I share my stories on Facebook and what my experiences are on Facebook, but everyone has an opinion, and there are so many supportive people, more supportive people than judgmental people, but the judgmental ones really get to me sometimes, and I know it serves a purpose. And judgmental people definitely make me think about different things and think about different perspectives, but just the way that they do it is really hurtful sometimes. I always have the best interests of any of my animals at heart. And Sammy here, there's a few people saying that I should put him to sleep, euthanize him, and that it would be the humane way of doing it. Humane. The human way of doing it. But what if Sammy doesn't want to be euthanized? What if he wants to go through the process of dying peacefully in his own home, surrounded by people he loves? Even though he's sick, he still managed to steal a chicken neck from the puppy today. He still has a run around. I think that death is one of those things, especially in animals, that we all have an opinion on, but no one really knows which way is the right way. And yes, I can see that, he's not healthy. And he's got a little squint in his eyes, so he must be in some sort of pain. But he still runs around. He's terribly skinny. He looks more like a snake now than a ferret. But he still manages to have a little run around, steal the chicken neck, had a hop through the grass, very light one, but it was sweet. And when he sleeps, he's peaceful. He shivers a bit, possibly from the cold and possibly also from any pain that he might be experiencing, but he's peaceful when he sleeps. When he's warm, he stops shivering. I don't know if the world is in black and white. Not one way is always the right way for everything, for every situation. For example, the Buddhist monks. I've been through a bit of death with my grandma and animals, and my housemate died as well, all in the past 5 years. And so I've been thinking about death and researching death quite a bit. I find it quite an interesting topic, and just the way we perceive life. And for example, Buddhist monks, they like to surround the person who's dying in a circle and chant to the person who's dying to help him transition into either the next life or to wherever the soul goes or wherever the spirit goes. A lot of people would prefer to die around people they love in a comfortable environment. Knowing that they are loved, being surrounded by love. And I'm not against euthanizing. Well, I'm not against euthanizing. And I used to be a nurse. I used to study nursing, so I worked in hospitals, and quality over quantity of life has always been a priority for me. But death is such an unknown. No one really knows about it because those that died, don't really come back. Well, there might be a few reported cases. I just don't feel in my heart that euthanizing, especially at this point in time, is the right thing. I may change my mind. I'm just going to judge the situation. I hate seeing him like this, and I'm not holding onto him because it serves me. As much as I hate the thought of losing him, I'm not doing it for myself. I just don't know if Sammy would want to be euthanized. I know that a lot of people go through a process when they die, when they're coming close to dying. My housemate, for example, he didn't even think that he was going to die. He was full of denial. And then I saw him. Last time I saw him, I could see it in his eyes. He knew. And so he went through a process of acceptance. And then he died. And I knew when he died. I could feel it. No one had to tell me. His friend messaged me the next day in the morning saying that Chris died, and I messaged back, I know, because I knew that he died. I don't know how. So who is to say that animals don't go through this process? We keep thinking that we know so much about them. The reason why I love animals is because I just see them as a spirit in a different body than what I am in. They have their own intelligence. I don't necessarily think that I'm more intelligent than an animal. I think that they just think differently. And I don't see why they wouldn't, especially if it's a gradual process, why they wouldn't go through a process of death themselves. And I don't know if it's right to interrupt that process when they're learning to accept what is about to happen, that they're going to lose their lives. So I'm just going to judge for now, play it ear by ear, and see what happens. I may euthanize him if I see him in too much pain, or in a pain that I don't think he's handling anymore. I know when the time is going to be right. But I just also want him to have a chance to accept what is happening to him. You know, humans don't always know what's best. And I think that's pretty evident in how the world is today. And when someone tells me to do something, I question why. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie. Hey, there's Sammy. I decided to pop out and say hello. So as you can see, he's still active. He's stopped eating. Falky put Chewy in the water bowl. Poor Chewy. There you go, Sammy. You want a drink? So as you can see, he's really skinny now. Hey, baby. Hey. Do you want to cuddle again and be nice and warm? He's gotten weak. And there's Falky. Falky.